What's going on, everyone? It's your boy C-Zar. I'm going to try to make this video really quick, maybe my quickest video ever. I'm not going to explain too much. I'm just going to tell you my price predictions for the short term and the near term and the midterm and whatever. And I'll explain probably more as I go. But in the beginning, I'm not going to explain too much. The 1 hour here on the short term time frame, I do want to say that I expect this to go a little bit higher. I tried making this video actually a couple hours ago. Just didn't work out, but I do think it will go higher than this high even. I think we'll go probably around 27,150 to 27,2, somewhere in there. Probably around 27,160, 27,180 actually, right around here. And then we'll go lower. Then we'll go lower after that. But for right now, short term, in the coming hours, the coming next 12 hours, we'll probably go up. Find resistance there, reject, and go lower. On the 4 hour time frame, once we're above this purple line here, the 123 MA, and this RSI is still below the 50, that is a perfect setup to sell always. Just as when we're above the 50 and we're below this MA, it's normally a good time to buy. But yes, I think it'll just prove itself again. And this right now is at 27,130. So if we went to 27,160, 27,180, whatever, that would just that would meet the requirements for a good sell according to the indicators that I have set out here. On a daily time frame, we broke this range. We had this low here. We broke this range. We disrespected the hell out of it, formed another range, and not only did we disrespect the hell out of the first range, but once we formed this other range, I made a video saying, I think on this day, that Bitcoin needed to hold this line. It needed to hold this lowest daily close, and then literally the next day it shit the bed. And now we are, instead of how we were doing it before, we were coming down, wicking below and holding this as support on a closing basis. This day still has 19 hours left in it, and if things go the way I expect them to, this is just going to be another wick to the upside. All we're doing right now is confirming resistance on a previous area of support, and then we're going to go down. We're going to go down, down. I would expect in the next 2 weeks that Bitcoin will go at least 20% to the negative side, if not 25 to 30%, somewhere in there. In the next 2 weeks. It could happen next week. It could happen in the next 2 weeks. Probably starting Monday. I doubt it happens over the next 2 days, but probably starting Monday, or sometime next week. I'm not saying it'll drop 20% next week. It could, but I'm just saying starting next week. Anyways, on a weekly time frame, things look even worse. The 123 RSI is starting to bend down. We are above it on this scale, but we've been below this 123 for so long that I think it's about time this RSI goes below. And what I really want to talk about is this RSI. Anytime that we've gone into the overbought zones with this RSI and then crossed below the 50, we've seen at a minimum of a 52% drop. And I made that in my last video. I think that was my last video. In a 52% drop from the high, not from current prices. 52, the 20% drop I was talking about is from current prices, but this will be a 50% drop. 52.18 actually is the exact lowest drop that we've ever had when using this dynamic of being in the overbought zone and crossing below the 50 on the RSI. Anytime that we've seen that before, overbought, crossing below the 50, it was bad. It was really bad. This is the last time that we saw it, from high to low. That's not right. No, it was lower than that, right? Right, because it bounced off. It resisted this 50 here, so we actually measured this low. There we go. 52.18, that was the lowest one. Yeah, okay. I measured the percentage last time, but I want to measure the time it took. I guess I have to have that pulled up. So the time it took from this high to this low was 11 bars. The time it took from this high would have been this high, yes. This high here to the low was 10 bars. This was overbought, but we didn't go below the 50. It's very specific criteria. It's not super hard to identify. You go from overbought to below the 50, and you measure the top that you were at from the overbought zone So from this one to where we were below the 50 here, I guess that would be, I would count this bottom. That's 17 bars, yeah. And then we'll just do this because I'm trying to make this video short. From top to low, we had 8 bars. So 8, 17, 10, and 11. I would expect that if and when, and this happened from the top, this didn't happen from when this crossed. So if and when the RSI crosses, and it will happen, it is going to cross below the 50. I wouldn't bet my life on it, you know, definitely don't bet your life on crypto, but I would bet my pride and all my Dogecoins, whatever, that this is going to happen in the next 8 to probably 12 weeks. You know, maybe a little bit longer. I doubt that it happens in 17 weeks. It could happen in like 15 or 14 weeks. But basically, what I'm getting at, what's going to happen in this time, in the next month to month and a half, Bitcoin is going to have a minimum of a 52% drop. And you can go back and watch my last video if you don't believe or you don't understand why I'm saying that, if I didn't make it clear in this video. But a 52.18% drop is imminent once this RSI crosses below the 50. And that's the minimum drop. And then measuring just the last like 4 or 5 that we did, that happened in at a minimum of 8 weeks to 17 weeks. We're already 6 weeks into it right now. Yeah, we're already 6 weeks into it. So this could be 2 weeks away. I doubt it, but it could be 2 weeks away. It could be 6 weeks away. It could be 8 weeks away. You know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen in the next month to month and a half. We are going to be below here. I don't think it's going to be a straight shot down, even though that this one here kind of looks like a straight shot down, right from here to here. Looks like a straight shot. You know, we had a 27% bounce, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a 27, a 30%, even a 40% bounce somewhere along the way. 40% maybe not, closer to a 30%, but you know, just to show how quickly these moves happen whenever we do go down, from top to bottom, not even looking at the RSI, just from top to bottom here, that took 11 bars. From top to bottom here, that took 11 bars. From top to bottom here, it took 14 bars, you know. And if you really want to take it like to this one, it took 12 bars, you know, to go very low near the bottom. So we're already 6 weeks into it after the top. Okay, we're already halfway through. In another 6 weeks, we're going to find our bottom of this, and I would expect that it would be down here. Damn, so 6 weeks, man. It's 5 to 6 weeks from now, a month to a month and a half. Yeah, I expect that Bitcoin will be below 15,500. It will have a new low. The bear market will be confirmed. It'll all be over but the crying. If you don't believe me, go and watch my video, Bitcoin price analysis. I'll leave a link. Bitcoin price analysis. Beware the zigzag. That's what the video is called. I want to show you guys something. I didn't show this in that video, but I want to show this. I just kind of was playing around and I looked at this the other day. Here, this is the 3-month time frame. I'm on the index to show all-time history for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's bullish. It's very bullish in the long term. And on the 3-month scale, it's very bullish. It's very obvious here that it's bullish. You got a lot of green and a little bit of red. From the top to the bottom of all these cycles, let's just see here if I can. No, forget it. Top to bottom, top to bottom, and top, top to bottom. It looks like we had a 93%, an 86%, an 84%, a 77% drop. It looks like there's a trend of decreasing total market devaluations in the bear market, in the bear cycle. And that's the narrative that I once believed, that a lot of people I'm sure believe now. It makes sense, right? You know, you continue the trend. But I want to point something out. Okay. What makes us think that this bear market deserves to be the lowest price decrease that there is? None of these other bear markets existed during financial, economic, worldwide economic disaster, hardship, which is exactly what's going on now. All of these were a lot shorter. Look at how, like, like small. I guess 2015 wasn't that short. It's pretty comparable to this one. But the one thing that this market has that none of these other markets have is that this market has a double top. You're going to tell me that, and not to mention, the all-time high here, very big candle. The all-time here, very big candle. All-time high here, very big candle. Small wick. This one, the all-time high was on a very big wick. Very small candle body. And it was a double top. This is the most bearish top in Bitcoin's history. It is the most bearish top. It is. It literally is. You can't argue it. It literally is the most bearish top. We've never had a double top before. We've never had a 3-month that looked this bearish before. We've never existed in economic conditions such as this on a global scale before. You cannot tell me that this is not the most bearish top that's ever existed. So with that in mind, do you think that the smallest price decline out of all these bear markets, do you think that that justifies it? I don't. I don't think it justifies it. Do you think that the smallest pump, like, man, it just, to me, it doesn't justify it. It really doesn't justify it. I do think it's going to go lower. I think that we are going to see something that's more of like a, maybe not that low, but it could be 88%. It's definitely going to be more of an 80+% drop. I think it'll be over 85%. And yeah, if you haven't heard it before, you heard it here first, man. Things are going to get rough, and it's going to happen soon. It will not be a straight line. There will be bounces, about 30%, maybe more, maybe just a little bit less, but about 30% on the way down. But it's going to happen in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And when I say what's going to happen in the next 4 to 6 weeks, I only mean breaking the low. I don't mean bottoming. I think we're going to bottom. It's going to take longer than that to bottom. Maybe twice as long, maybe 3 times as long. But I don't think we bottom until we break 10K. And it's going to take time. It's going to take time to do that. Because once we do break this low, we're going to do one of 2 things. We're either going to blow past it, or we're going to go slightly below it and then come back up. And if we do that, there's going to be a lot of hope that the bull market's still in effect, that we just had a double bottom. But man, that to me would almost be worse than just blowing straight through. Let's blow straight through, just get it over with. Let's get this bottom in and then start going back off. Because what is going to happen is we are going to go below this line. And that is going to happen in the next month to month and a half. It's going to happen very soon. We're in conditions now that just call for that. And I don't know. This video is just to try and help people be aware of that. That's all. It's just a PSA. It's not financial advice. It's my opinion. It's my opinion, but we're using the charts to make an educated opinion, I guess. Anyways, this video went on longer than I wanted it to, as is tradition. Have a good day, everybody. It's your boy C-Zar. Peace.